We're joined right now by a guy who was just taken in the first round of NBA's draft last week, taken 15th overall by the Indiana Pacers, then traded to the San Antonio Spurs. San Diego State's own Kawhi Leonard with us here on Extra Sports 1360. Kawhi, back in San Diego today. Does it feel good to be back here in San Diego after all the places you've been over this last month or so?
Oh, yeah, it feels good. Now I can finally relax. I know what team I'm on, and now, I'm just working out now. I'm getting better every day so I could be a better player.
Kawhi, did you work out expressly for the San Antonio Spurs? Did you have a workout with the Spurs, and did you think that went well?
No, I didn't have a workout with them.
Oh, you never even worked out with them. So were you surprised as anybody then when they traded for you?
Yeah, I know. I was very surprised, but I had a meeting with them in Chicago, and, they seemed very interested in the type of player I was. And so, for me to get traded to them, it was a big surprise, and I was happy about it, but I knew that they liked me in Chicago.
Take us through the moment that you were drafted by Indiana and kind of the whirlwind in your mind. How long in your mind did you have it set that you were a member of the Indiana Pacers before you started thinking about the San Antonio Spurs? It wasn't very long.
It's about 2 minutes as soon as I walked downstairs from being drafted.
So you were getting set. You were thinking about Larry Bird and the Indiana Pacers for about 2 minutes. Next thing you knew, you were thinking about Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs.
Yes, it was a quick change. Walking down the stairs, happy to be on the Indiana, and then as soon as I go on the back, they switch me hats. But I'm excited to be a Spur, and I love all the fans and the support they already given me.
Hey, Kawhi, how did it make you feel when you found out the Spurs had traded pretty good player? I mean, George Hill, a guy who's been key to their roster and that they thought very highly of, just so they could get you out of this draft. I mean, what did you feel? What were the emotions that went through your mind when you thought that?
I wasn't. I was just happy, that they traded for me. I went back to, the Western Conference instead of being in Indiana. Even on a better team. And, I just, knew they loved me and they liked me, so I was happy to go to San Antonio.
That's a good point. Western Conference, that means a lot of road trips to Los Angeles to face the Lakers and the Clippers every year. And, of course, being from Riverside, that means more chances to be home and see the family and the friends as well. So there is an advantage to you to be in the Western Conference, right?
Yes, exactly. That's why I was saying it's better to be on the Western Conference and being on a winning organization, just being on the West and don't have to really deal with no snow.
No snow. Yeah, that's always a nice thing when you grew up in Southern California. Kawhi Leonard is with us from the San Antonio Spurs. Kawhi, what have the Spurs told you since they traded for you? What have they told you about their plans for you?
Just to come in, and be a rotational guy, just working hard, just improving my game, and just learning their offense and what type of schemes they got for defense.
Kawhi, what's your plan to deal with the lockout, of course, announced last night? I mean, pro players have been trying to prepare for this for a while. They kind of saw it coming, but they've already made some big money, a lot of them. You haven't signed your first contract yet. How does a guy who is just coming out of school and just get drafted deal with the fact that all of a sudden now you're in the middle of a lockout?
I'm just going to be working out every day, improving my game like any other summer. Look over some plays and look at the Spurs so I could just be ready to come in when the lockout's over with.
Kawhi Leonard is with us. Kawhi, were you upset at all as the draft was going on and your name hadn't been called, or is now the fact that you've been drafted 15th and you're with the Spurs put all that stuff behind you?
I was happy with my pick. I'm excited. It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance. A lot of people don't get to be in my shoes that I am today. So I'm happy. That's what I always dreamed for, and it's finally here.
Saw Coach Fisher there with you on draft day. You got a big hug when your name was called. How helpful was he through this whole process? What kind of advice did he give you leading up to the draft day? And just talk about what kind of a role model and a mentor that he's been for you. I come out the season to see where my name would go in the draft. He just helped me out with that. He told me to just work hard and, just have focus and just go in these workouts, play your hardest, and these teams are going to pick you.
Kawhi, did you have a chance to spend any time with Kemba Walker when you were in the waiting room before your name was called? And if so, what did you and Kemba Walker talk about? I'm sure the Sweet 16 game probably came up a time or two.
I've seen them a little bit, but we're pretty much doing a lot of stuff on our own, so we didn't really get to talk and, talk about a lot of stuff. You just saying, hey, what's up, and just telling them, congratulations.
When you walked by him in the green room, did he just fall to the floor in agony? Or
No.
was he able to stand on his feet?
We're joking about when he tried to draw the technical foul, and he did draw the technical foul, right? Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
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 Well, what are you gonna do? Were you happy with the fact that UConn went on and won the NCAA championship? I mean, did that make you guys feel any better that was the team that knocked you out, or did that not really mean anything one way or another?
It didn't mean anything one way or another. I wasn't in a team that won a championship, so I wasn't a fan of it really. But I'm happy that for Kemba, he worked hard probably last season to do what he did, and he's a great player. You'll see him in the NBA and why their team won a championship, by the way he plays.
All right, Kawhi, I want to ask you before we let you go, how much do you know about San Antonio? I know you made a visit there last week to get introduced. I mean, did they take you to the Alamo? Did you see any of the sights, the river walk there in San Antonio? What do you know about your new town?
I went around a little bit by myself, but it was strictly business for me to get ready and prepare for the lockout and to see what I need to do and improve my game and learn more about the Spurs.
Well, the one thing I can tell you about San Antonio, Kawhi, is there's a SeaWorld in San Antonio. So
you'll feel right at home.
You'll at least feel a little bit at home that there's a SeaWorld in San Antonio, just like there is in San Diego. Well, we're certainly proud of you in San Diego. We wish you nothing but the best, and I thought you handled yourself beautifully on draft night. I think we all liked your little suit, too, by the way. We got high marks for your suit. And
handmade by a friend of yours, right? I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noel, right?
Yep.
Yeah, somebody asked you who made your suit, and you said Noel, and they said, "What's that design?" You said, "No, that's my friend Noel. Made the suit." Right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
hey, I thought you looked pretty sharp, man. I thought you looked pretty sharp. Hey, good luck riding out the lockout, and we look forward to seeing you out there on the court pretty soon, man.
All right, thank you.